Congrats.
Oh, thanks, dude. It was a $250 projector too. Crazy.
Nice.
And gaming ambiance. Love it. Love it.
Yeah. Those chests are dope too.
I gotta reset all the stuff, but I'm pretty happy with it. I have like a setup like Nox, but it's like behind now.
The intro looks so good. I gotta figure out what is going on after the show because it looks like my room has had an earthquake. I don't know why this thing has like tilted like this.
Football, bro.
Yeah, I thought that was off on Sunday watching Uncle Phil.
Yeah, Uncle Phil. His team was cheering. Those kids were all cheering him on. That touchdown, they were going ham.
Oh yeah, you saw a 44-year-old man who's been on the couch for 5 years.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Nice. Well, gonna have to delete that. Just kidding.
What? Right. A little bit of goop.
Oh,
God
dude,
damn
Turkey
it.
Nut
No,
has
don't.
just lived in my brain for free.
Yeah.
Dude,
I still have
know.
not watched a single stream, dude.
Oh,
Yeah, I can give it up.
All right, what is up, guys? We are in Point Blank episode 1. All right, I give credit to Dub actually as the first person that's going to be naming this show, but we are going from Alpha Wolves into Point Blank, and it's going to be a whole bunch of fun. Last week's specific show was honestly one of the best performing shows we've ever done here on the channel, but also post like clips wise was one of the best performing on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, which just means that we double down on this specific system. And to help me double down, we have our amazing guests. We are going to get them on the panel here. One of them is a reoccurring, two of them actually are reoccurring. The first person is going to be Blake. What is up, Blake? How are you doing today? My wife bought this. How are you, man? You got some heat, dude, coming in from Instagram and TikTok, dude. Some people don't like you, dude.
Yeah, I got a little bit of heat, so just let everybody know. I do know that you're supposed to drive your vehicle like this. I am well aware. And also, I was ill prepared last time that we were earning points during our intro, so I prepared this week. So, all right. So just make sure.
And Blake starts off at 3 points.
There we go.
Dude.
The person that is going to be going and joining up next is going to be Knock, who has been a longtime person on Gamified, Simplified, Amplified. So he is no stranger to any type of game show. But this one's going to be strictly gaming. Knock is also very well-knowledged in the gaming sector, coming from esports and everything like that. Knock, how you doing today, brother?
Doing well, man. I'm actually pulling up Instagram and TikTok right now to figure out what the fuck we're talking about here. I feel like I'm missing some important context. I need to know why people hate on Blake. I'm going to do some research and have something later on in the show that I'll call back to some of those comments.
There you go. Knock gets 2 points for doing some research post-show on this. And then we got Dubinator, dude. The reduction arc continues. The only reason why he's on guest 3 is because I do not, and I'm too lazy to change the scenes.
It's crazy, dude. I hate you.
I will say.
I
Okay,
can't believe
hate
it.
me gets -1 point. Starting off with Dub, very strong.
Whoa.
And next up, we got Filch on this side of things, buddy.
That's
Filch,
points.
welcome to the show on this, buddy. How are you doing today?
dude, doing great, man. I told myself I'd be on my best behavior today. Everybody's going to be having their own opinions, and I'm going to completely respect them, 100%.
Absolutely. I think
What?
I love the 3 points for just, complete lie to my face. I love it. That's just how the points and the pandering works here. But this is going to be our guest to today. Knock, just to fill you in. So Blake actually got ripped on TikTok, on Instagram. Everybody hated the way that he actually talked about Claire Obscure. He also named Clear Mascara, and a lot of people were just triggered. Triggered.
Well, I have asked in our little.
I was
private chat
triggered
here for
live,
somebody
dude.
to link me the Instagram post where Blake was getting flamed. I need to do the research so that I can make some callbacks and hopefully throw Blake off his game a little later in the show.
Dude, he was getting freaking
I don't know
wrecked.
if you could have anything spicier than what they were getting from the thousands of people that wanted to comment about it. So
I'm grabbing it.
Yeah, it was also very surprisingly. He actually is almost up to the 60K view mark, Knock on Instagram. Yeah, dude, it was like
Well played.
at one point it was like, hey, I miss COD lobbies, and no, dude, that was very resemblance of COD lobbies in those comments, dude. It was freaking awesome.
I mean,
Dub just sent me the links. This is incredible.
speaking of Star Wars that we're going to talk about today, let the hate flow through you.
Yeah, let the hate flow through you, indeed. But first and foremost, we have to make sure that we do some trailer reactions for this. This is what we did last week, which we kind of just talked about all the different types of trailers that are happening. Last time I got some feedback on them being too long, which I shortened it. But there was also a lot of things that kind of came out last week from the Game Awards. And so we are going to go and do this, which is going to be the first one, is going to be the Street Fighter movie. Let me know how you guys think of this and react to it once it's done. Here we go.
Dude, this better be just as corny as the previous one, let me tell you. If they don't, if they try to be serious with all this, I'm going to lose it.
I mean, seeing Guile, I think there's no shot that this is serious.
Cody Rhodes was
Casting
born
the
for
role
this.
means that they're not taking this seriously.
Exactly. The WWE stars in here, you love to see it.
Was that Sinjin?
Man, this trailer is so much better without the guys on the stage during the Game Awards. That was the most cringe thing, them on the Game
Dude, I
Awards. But that
completely
trailer
agree.
slaps.
The
That's
trailer
great.
did slap, though. In terms of, let's go into some scoring here. Dub, what's your score on the Street Fighter movie?
Dude, I was gonna give it a 10, but I have to give it an 8 just because of it still sits with me. Them on the stage, Momoa behind everyone thinking he's like so cool, but he's
Dude,
just
Jason
not.
Momoa is cool, dude. What are you talking about?
No. So yeah, it's an 8 for me just because of the Momoa degrade.
All right, you got 1 point up. Blake, what did you think of the Street Fighter movie? What do you think? It's going to be a good one or no? And also, Dub, -1 for not using the Dave Portnoy score. All
I'm
right,
gonna
Blake,
give it an 8.5. Okay. The
8.5,
nostalgia
solid.
hit me right away. Like I was like, I love
hate
just
that.
going through the characters. Like you don't need to do much more when you're delivering a like goofy reiterated like IP than just show me the shit that I want to see. And then you closed it out with the game like input where like he was beating up the car and it said you win.
Yes.
Like you closed the loop for me. Like I didn't really need much more. Like I can't give it more just because I don't think the movie itself is going to be very good. But like you
Yeah.
nailed what I wanted to see in a trailer. I don't know how you could have done much better.
nice, very, very good. Knock, what about you, brother?
This isn't meant to be a good movie, guys. I
Yeah.
hate to break it to you. This is meant to be stupid and over the top, and that's exactly what this is going to be. You've got Jason Momoa, who has done a lot of really interesting things. He plays that warrior. He's literally playing the most ridiculous, beastly character that is in Street Fighter. He's going to fit that role perfectly. You've got Cody Rhodes, who's an entertainer by nature. You got police cars outside. You've got a bunch of people who are athletic as hell participating in a movie about over-the-top fighting. This is going to be incredible. Also, I think this sort of flew under the radar, but Alex Volkanovski is in this movie. Volk is a legendary UFC fighter. So I'm hoping to see a couple of really interesting set pieces. I love it. I
Nice.
think it's going to be ridiculous. I think it's going to be over the top. I think you're going to watch that movie and go, that was crazy. That was a lot of fun. I'm probably never going to watch this again,
Yeah.
but 10 out of 10 for me on the
It
trailer.
was
I'm
good to
hyped.
go.
Nice.
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 Matt. Phil, what do you think, man? Close us out on that. And then hopefully
Honestly-
no one's getting arrested right now.
Yeah. Honestly, I give the trailer like a 9.0, but I've never been a big Street Fighter guy, so like
Yeah.
it drops it down to like a 7 for me. Honestly, I'm just like, oh, that's pretty dope, but like at the same time, I'm just like not my jam. I'm more of a
Fighters,
Mortal
nothing.
Kombat guy. Mortal Kombat was my
Mortal
thing.
Kombat was pretty sick, man, in terms of that aspect of things. I'll give you a point on that. Dub, you're starting off at a 0, buddy. Not looking good on that.
Whatever, dude.
On
It
this.
would have been better as a TV show, first of all, than a movie. That's crazy.
Very true.
As well.
Especially with all the specific types of characters. I'll give you a +1
I
on
was
that
gonna say,
one,
I'll
Dub.
give
Plus
you-
2
I'll
on
give you
that.
double point for that.
Yeah, double points on that one for Dub because you know what? I agree. All the different types of characters, any of those shows would do way better, but they were just going to cancel it, just like they did our Precious Arcane. You know?
Exactly, dude. And watch your door knock. You're gonna get arrested for that bad take earlier, dude.
I know they're coming for me, dude. They're like right outside my window here.
Oh my gosh! Hopefully you're okay, Knock, and you'll finish the show out with us. The second one we're going to be watching here is Star Wars: Fate of the Old Republic teaser trailer that came out last week during the Game Awards, which was honestly fire. Don't ruin this for Knock is the question.
Yeah, I'm letting him lock in.
Oh, I'll tell you. I'll tell you.
I don't know. Looks like another AI slop game to me, boys.
I got
I was gonna say
Rogue
the
One
cinematic.
vibes.
It looks beautiful. It looks beautiful, and that is where the core of my doubt belongs.
Oh yeah,
Exactly. We've been here before.
Original Old Republic did not look beautiful.
Very true. Or are you talking about Knights of the Old Republic, or are you talking about the Old Republic MMO?
Yeah, Knights.
Knights.
No, the MMO. Which one? That was. Yeah, the MMO was like, eh.
This is nice because I actually get to watch it now because the last time I was watching it, I was on Shroud's stream, and that's the one time I got hit by the ad.
Nice.
Yeah.
Censored
Yeah.
by the ad.
The one part I was like the
That's
most excited
insane.
about. 2-minute ad, too. I was like, perfect. I'll just go kill myself. Yeah. It's fantastic.
Oh.
Hit him with it.
I got goosebumps. I got goosebumps.
Hit him with it.
I'll say it. I'll say it. As soon as this is done, I'll say it.
Casey Hudson.
The fate is in your hands,
All
Knock.
right, here it is.
all
I don't
right.
believe it. I just don't believe it.
You don't
I
believe it? What do you not believe?
I
What
don't
do you not
this.
believe?
First of all, we did see a Star Wars game trailer. That wasn't it. We saw pod racing. We saw game footage. We saw something
pod racing.
that is tangible. That looks fun. That's something that I want to play. I think it's anybody who's ever grown up watching Star Wars wants the pod racing game. This, to me, is a really impressive cinematic. That's what it is. It's a cinematic. I didn't see anything about the game. I got no sense for what the game looks like. To me, this means I'm probably going to be waiting a decade. I don't have kids.
Yeah.
My kid's going to be 10 years old by the time he plays this game.
Yeah.
I don't have kids, but my
put
kids
some-
are going to be playing. Nice
Put some
one that
respect
one.
on Hudson's name, though. Like, I mean, everyone's freaking out because of this dude who's doing it again. Does that not change
Yeah,
things at all? I mean,
let's look into Hudson's past here on this side of things. He's touched pretty much every single sci-fi game known to man. On this, you go from Mass Effect. Oh, you have Jade Empire, dude. Shout out Jade Empire. Okay, first and foremost, I played the crap out of that game.
new to me.
Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic and all that stuff. So that's like probably where a lot of people, I was like wondering why they used that director's name in a trailer because it doesn't usually have any type of effect, but they definitely are pandering to everybody that has this nostalgia feeling that if they do look up Casey Hudson, you're going to see pretty much all the games that you've played in the past. Knock, does that change anything for you or no?
I like Casey Hudson. I like him even more because he's a good old Canadian boy. He played. He's been part of some of the best games from my childhood, and like as my career as a gamer, Casey Hudson has been a fixture in everything that I've loved to see. He also has a habit of being a part of games that take a very, very, very long time to come to life. Even the Mass Effect Legendary Edition was announced like 6 years before it was released in 2021.
Oh, damn it.
And it was effectively just a remaster of a lot of those titles. So for me, I'm excited. I want to play this game. I just know I'm not playing it in the 2020s. I know that this game will be a 2030 plus title, and I don't know why they showed it at the 2025 Game Awards.
The question is if it's going to come out before GTA 6?
Probably not.
Probably not. Phil, you said that you got hit by an ad. Also, +1 point for making us laugh during that reaction there, buddy. But what do you think about the trailer now that you've seen all of it, not hit by a 2-minute ad?
Dude, I completely disagree with Knock. I don't care at all. It was like, as soon as it hit me, like as soon as I saw that this potential thing is coming out again, it took me right back to playing the original one where I'm in that spaceship trying to figure the hell out of everything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I'm like, Am I a Sith? What am I? And just that feeling is back, and I'm just like, I'm ready to get my heart broken again. I don't care.
Like, ready to get your heart broken again.
I'm ready. Yeah.
I can fix her, is what Filch says. Blake,
Yeah.
what do you got here, buddy?
I mean, just because you bring back somebody that's had success in the past doesn't mean the new thing is going to be successful. Like,
Yeah.
WoW, brought back somebody like, oh, we're going to get back to our roots. I mean, yeah, the game is fine, but it was like nothing.
Hey, you got housing
creative.
now, Blake.
They're already entrenched. I mean, like, we got the piece of shit Reaper Actual coming from John Smedley, who, like, created one of my favorite games of all time. Like, it was integral in the part of EverQuest. That didn't mean that he made an extraction shooter that was worth a damn. So I'm still gonna. I'm like with Knock. Like, I want to see more of the actual game before I give it any sort of like good review. So I'm gonna literally just give it a 5 and just say I'm in the middle. I'm waiting for more information.
All right, sounds
hopefully
good.
it's not in 10 years when my kids are all grown up.
When my kids are growing up, you can
I'll
play.
give you one more, Peyton. I'll give you
Hit
one
me,
more.
Doc.
This isn't the first time we've even seen this with Star Wars. There was a title when I was in high school, Star Wars 1313.
Don't tell
I was
me it.
incredibly excited
Don't
about it. The
tell me
trailer
it.
was beautiful. The images were beautiful. And guess what happened? Disney bought Lucasfilm. The game has been shelved. I don't even believe this game will hit the light of day.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to get it.
Did this
Oh,
guy?
it hurts.
Did this guy
It hurts.
also work on
It hurts.
Blizzard's Ghost? This dude
Yeah.
worked on sci-fi.
Yeah,
like
StarCraft
that
Ghost.
game was great. Yeah.
Dude, 1313 brought me back, dude. Oh, man, it is definitely rough. But this Game Awards, a indie title won, and there was also a indie title that really resonated with a lot of people. At least it resonated with one of the panelists here, Dub, talking about this. And so
Game of the Year 2026.
Game of the Year 2026. Dub is calling it now. It's called High Guard, and let's take a trailer here. And this one does have gameplay.
Into lands uncharted and dangers untold.
Space boats.
Space.
I venture without
That is all.
You've seen this trailer before, guys.
and ride.
Magic
Sky
horses.
Sky ponies.
Sky Ponies.
Coin or for cause. I
Dude,
fight.
that chick's riding a bear, bro. And he's throwing tomahawks. Like, you gotta get excited.
I do have some comments.
Another playing it by the makers of.
I'm pretty sure that dude's a jaguar. Just saying. The whole animal kingdom. It's like Beast Wars, Apex
Oh,
Legends.
that's fire. Literally.
It's like a new age recreated Turok.
Do not slander
Turok, dude. Turok. Shout
Oh,
out, dude. Everyone's just
Turok,
getting
yeah.
the nostalgia feeling today. What's going on,
Oh.
boys?
The attack.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I immediately got that feel when he threw that axe. I'm like, oh, we're playing like Turok, like a new age.
Dude, I have a
version of
Turok shirt that I got from a case of Mountain Dew cans when I was like
Dude,
12.
Turok is freaking low-key
Nice.
fantastic.
Like this, just like battling in here makes me feel like Turok.
Yeah.
It's got COD 4 vibes for me.
Strike fast. Siege tower coming in.
This is where it lost me.
This
Not
is
gonna
a
lie.
fire-
Yeah.
What? The
Oh,
clear
yeah.
battle-based map gameplay where you
this
gotta
is where it
take an
lost me.
area. And yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't care about like what all's going on out there. Like, I just want to be a badass. Like, all this stuff is kind of.
Like, clearly this is their home base. They broke into it. It's the Nexus. They're taking it out.
I'll tell you why it lost me after this, Dub.
Everyone's got their ults. They're showing off all the ultis right now.
Guys, it's a hero shooter, and we don't know anything about the heroes. We don't care about these guys.
Yep. There you go.
I care
There you
about
go.
this guy. He's a jaguar.
That was also just
And
a
a bear.
bear for me.
Udyr from League
You're
of
all-
Legends with the gun.
Dude, this does look pretty sick.
Damn
So
right,
I'm locked
Phil.
in. I'm locked in, boys.
I am
See?
unfolding.
I'll
not
hit you
being
with the
very
2
part of
minute
the
ad,
commentary.
Phil. I'll hit you with the 2 minute ad.
Wow. Yeah, they
It's
sold
gonna
me
cook.
again. Take my money.
Hey, play free. They're not gonna take
January
money.
Oh,
26,
fantastic.
Yeah.
It's a
All right,
month and a half
we'll run
away.
it back here while it's like kind of playing. But this is my specific gripe is that you had me for the first like specific half. But as soon as you start doing like objectives or any type of like confusing mechanism like that, that's whenever you just see a massive drop off of players, in my opinion, right? I'm not saying that it's the people in this specific room, but there has been a lack of retention from like a new specific generation of gamer that like doing objectives, there's no freaking way that they're going to go and figure out how to get into the base and do all that stuff. It just seems like, I don't know. That's just my specific take on it. But what do you think of it, Blake?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. Like, whenever I got into this, like, I just think that, like, genre has been, like, overplayed now. Like, I think that Overwatch has put in enough time that, like, they've kind of perfected some of the, like, objectives that we want to see, and then you have Marvel Rivals doing what Nock was kind of mentioning, like putting the actual characters that I care about. Like, I just don't think that there's going to be enough that this kind of creates that, like, you know, makes it any different. Like, their literal big thing that they were showcasing was like destructible terrain, bro. Like, we've had destructible terrain being like the big thing that brings people, like, for years and years now. Like, there was nothing that was like I was like, oh my god, I can't wait to try that. Now, don't get me wrong, like, I am probably going to download the game for free. I'll play it the first week with the boys, like, just to say, okay, I played
Damn
it. But
right
like,
you will.
it's but it's I can pretty much guarantee you that it's not going to be sticky.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Nock, anything to add on it?
Yeah, I think this game died before they even played the trailer, and it's largely because they put them in a position where they are the final trailer of the night at the Game Awards. The Game Awards, which just eclipsed the Super Bowl for the single most watched live event in the history of the world. It's the final capstone product. You got Healy up there talking about how hyped he's going to be about this game. It's this fantastic thing. They lead it up with, from the developers of Apex Legends and Titanfall. Everybody and their mother is waiting for Titanfall 3, and you deliver what looks like a incredibly generic. Right now on screen, we have Udyr from League of Legends and McCree from Overwatch combined into a single character, right?
That's what's great about it.
Hammer, I saw a Mei Wall, I saw Cloak and Dagger
Exactly.
knives. To me, it is just like the most generic mix of hero shooter characters and tropes. I don't understand the mechanics. You're dropping into it like you're playing in a World of Warcraft Battlegrounds map. To me, it just felt like, here's a whole lot of shit that feels cold. It does not feel like an indie studio escaping a AAA tyrant. It looks like an indie studio who left a AAA tyrant to deliver the AAA game that they were meant to deliver. To me, this is boring, and it was wasted in the final slot of the night.
But isn't that like also what Claire Obscure did, like from Ubisoft, or is this just not the same?
The difference, though, is like Claire Obscure leaves Ubisoft because they can't create something that is fun and entertaining and magical, right? These guys leave the team that they left and deliver a product that has less fun, less like there's less to what we just watched than their previous two titles, which they built at a AAA studio. So for me, massive miss. This isn't why you want to see devs spin out.
Yeah, agreed on that as well. Phil, give us out, buddy.
Honestly, Dub and
Dub. Let's get you too.
Give me a point.
Nock and Blake honestly covered
Any
exactly
point.
kind of honestly how I feel. I'm just like, it makes me more excited to play that marathon game from Bungie coming out. Like, I've always loved Halo and stuff and all that, and I'm just like, I'm thinking of that game when I watch this. I'm just like, I want to play marathon.
Yeah.
And I just like watch this, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm just like, I kind of see this. I don't even know what genre it really is, even though it's a shooter. It feels like it's just a massive mix-up. I'm like, what's going on here?
Yeah, they
like
just said
Blake
yes.
Yeah, they're just like, do it, ship it. I'm like, I mean, there was some cool stuff in that trailer. I'm not gonna lie, but like, yeah, that's pretty much it to me. A trailer.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Dub. Game of the year 2026.
Okay, here's the straw man on why High Guard is Game of the Year in 2026.
Wow.
Even though it has 700 likes and 150K dislikes, it is a new
Q1.
No, dude. So I've been working around. Exactly. You can't. I have something about that later after, but the game developers, I've been working with a lot of them lately. They are getting to the point of creating this new kind of slop where they're essentially taking a look at a core shooter and looking at all their friends and League of Legends, all the games they play, and they're like, okay, what if I bring that in? What if I bring this in? As Nock was describing with exact examples of, you know, Overwatch characters and League of Legends abilities being mixed into one character. If they do that right and get something amazing, which if there is multiple game modes and, you know, differentiation, and it's not like a crazy sloppy experience as you guys describe out the gate, then this can cook and this can be Game of the Year. But it's a like 1 in 1,000 at bat. And if anyone's going to do it, you know, it may be the dudes who built Apex Legends and Titanfall at the end of the day.
We saw
so.
this game before, brother. It was called Concord, and it died before.
I don't care.
Listen,
We need give me 10 Concord attempts and we'll hit one of them.
Was here's a game that you haven't seen. We've been building it for 4 years. Oh, by the way, it launches in 6 weeks. The response was, we don't want this game, and now they're going, shit, what do we do? The game launches in 6 weeks. Yeah. They've killed themselves.
Gosh, I would agree.
That could happen, or 1% chance here, babe. It could
So you're
bang,
saying
man.
there's a chance.
So you're telling me there's
It's a free to play swing for us, so I'm gonna fucking play.
Absolutely, absolutely. But talking about actually the thing that Nock talked about, which is like this has been one of the most watched and more live concurrents than the Super Bowl. And Jake, Lucky, if people don't know him, very famous like esports guy, but also doing a lot of like news within the gaming industry, talks about here a 3-minute trailer at the Game Awards now costs up to $1 million. My question to the specific panel here, is that worth it or is it not? I'll go with Dub first because we'll do a little snake draft here.
Damn you. Of course it's worth it in High Guard's situation. They are up against a cliff.
I did not ask about High Guard, Dub, but thank you for adding it in.
Well, that is 100% here. They had no option. They're launching in 2 weeks or 6 weeks. No one knows who they are. This is the best way. They have the capital. Clearly, they had a killer pitch deck based on what they had, and you know, at least now they're gonna go out, and they're either going to go out and hit or they're going to go out swinging. So that's the best way to spend that amount of money rather than spending it any elsewhere in game marketing currently.
Yeah. What do you think, Filch? Like a lot of these trailers now are costing a lot more money, and then putting it in front of the right people costs millions of dollars.
Yeah, I mean, these are big studios, obviously, or these guys are from big studios. So I don't know. I honestly have no idea, like in the spend side of things, how much this is. It's like for them, if this makes sense to them. So I don't know. I kind of have to defer on this one.
Gotcha.
Sorry, big dog.
No, you're good. Knock. What do you think?
I think Divinity feels real good about their much cheaper spot. I think people leave the Game Awards thinking about the Divinity trailer, not thinking about High Guard. I think for High Guard, $1 million was a massive miss. I could have done it for half that price and they would have had the same result, right? Actually, if anything, they maybe came out ahead because they wouldn't have had 150,000 dislikes. They would have just had mine. I think overall, though, when you're talking about a live show of this scale, of course, $1 million is worth it. It's also $1 million worth of people who are exclusively there to see things about games.
Right.
You put that in contrast with something like the Super Bowl. Yeah, I'm an NFL fan. Yes, I'm going to watch the Super Bowl, but I watch it with 25 people who can't name a single player on either team if Pat Mahomes isn't in the Super Bowl.
Right.
So, which is going to happen in 2025, right? So when you're putting an ad out in the Super Bowl, you're hoping that you cast a wide enough net that a particular part of that demographic is interested in the thing that you're showing. In this case, you have a captive audience. It's a bunch of people who are there for games. And listen, if you're a gamer who cares about which game wins awards, you are absolutely watching these trailers with excitement because most gamers don't even know that this award show exists, and it's already the biggest show on the planet. It is absolutely worth the $1 million if the name of your game is not High Guard.
Exactly. Good one on that one. One last twist of the knife on that one. Blake, end us out on that topic.
I think that if you are a smaller or medium-sized studio, I don't think that the swing there is worth the risk with the amount that you're spending.
Yeah.
But I do think that if you are a large studio and you are selling an IP rather than an individual game, that it is well worth it. Like if you are selling plushies and tickets to, the like amusement parks that like sell your brand, and you're selling shirts, and if you're doing all that stuff, then buying that mind share is well worth it because they're going to spend on not just the game that you're showcasing, but all of these other products that you're trying to sell.
Agreed on that as well. I'll give you some points for this one. And then for the Jake Lucky, he also talked about, there was a quote retweet on it as well too. It's like, even $3 million or even $4 million would have been worth it for the fact exactly what like Nock and Blake said is that this specific one is like completely targeted to your target audience. Like there is gamers watching this, and there's not as many shows now from like a broad specific one. When we were all growing up, we got to watch E3. We got to watch all these different types of trailer specific ones where you knew that announcements were coming. It's starting to now like really go into the Game Awards. Like, hey, the Game Awards is going to have a lot of these different types of trailers, which we just reacted to, right? Street Fighter, Star Wars, and it's just becoming broader entertainment now because of the fact that there's all these different types of shows. Fallout 2 is coming out today, or not Fallout. So Fallout Season 2 is coming out today on Prime. So there's just a lot of these specific ones that gaming is just becoming more mainstream. And this is going to be more of the destination that people are going to put their trailers on. So it's going to be a really good topic for anybody that wants to do it. That actually brings me, I'm not going to play the specific trailer, but Nock, you mentioned it. The Larian specific Divinity trailer was honestly one of the most graphic things, right, in terms of this.
It was wild.
And so it was wild. So there was like sex scenes, there was all these specific ones, and this was actually showcased on a live stream, right? So Nock, I'm gonna give it to you because you already like mentioned it, but like, was that too far? Is there lines in which that this award show has to kind of maintain? Are we trying to get a family audience? Because you're kind of coming up, like, I wonder if Nintendo was really happy as a sponsor of this, of like, yo, what the heck are you guys doing?
I think the award show is probably more positioned for an adult audience. I think it was graphic, right? There's no denying what you saw on screen. That being said, I think if you're looking at the Game Awards, I watched the entire show, and for me, if there was one thing that I left the Game Awards with, it was one, Arc Raiders got robbed. Two, Divinity won the night for me. That trailer, the intention behind it, how graphic it was, the emotion that it inspired when you were watching that trailer, knowing that it came from Larian Studios, a team that has delivered titles that have been beloved and have delivered those titles in the last couple of years. I walked away from that going, I need to play that game. Now, if I had young children, am I happy with the Divinity trailer? If you take the sex aside, even just the image of this man burning alive, a wild, wild thing. The blood fountain that spits out. It was pretty crazy overall. And I think if you look at it from the lens of a young audience, less than ideal. If you look at it from the lens of a mature audience and an adult audience who wants to see games that are upcoming, I don't know about you, but in my personal circle of friends, the only thing that we have been talking about is Divinity. I've actually, I feel like I blacked out watching the show. All I remember is the Divinity trailer because it was incredible. And for me, if the show ends on Divinity, it's one of the best wrap-ups to a Game Awards that I've seen in years.
Yeah.
I love the trailer.
And also wait for it to go a little bit later at night. Maybe the kids are asleep and all that stuff too.
So I think there was a sequencing problem for sure. I think that there's maybe an identity problem with the Game Awards as that show gets bigger.
Yeah.
You have to set a line, right? Is this an adult show? If the answer to that is yes, that's fine.
Right.
But allow us to understand that before you go into it. It just felt weird watching that trailer, 30 minutes after Mario Kart wins an award, right? Or you see Nintendo blasted on the side of this thing. So I think that there was maybe a little mishandling of the sequencing. But as far as the trailer went, give me like 57 more trailers of that quality, of that emotion. That was incredible. I think it was the best trailer for a video game I've seen in the last decade. It was
absolutely awesome. Gonna give some knock points on that one. Blake, what do you think, man? As a father too, like, would you want like your kids be watching that and stuff like that?
Yeah, I was about 2 years away from getting just totally punished by my wife. Like, like she would have crushed my soul, dude. Like, I definitely would have stayed up and watched that with my son. Had he been a little bit older. So I definitely got lucky that it did not come in at the time. That would have been an awkward conversation for sure. But like Nock said, you can set the audience. I think it's going to be proper, etiquette to go either direction. Like, I think you could easily go either way with this. So, talk to your sponsors about what they're going to be producing, what do they want to see, and kind of go from there. So, again, the sequencing, could have solved a lot of this issue probably as well. I don't think that I have a problem with the gory parts of things, because you kind of sign up for that with a lot of these things. But like when you start putting in the sex scenes and then you make it kind of religious, you're like kind of cutting down the audience quite drastically there.
Right. There's a lot of like discussions on that as well too, like on the Reddit forums and everything too. And like I would say to Nock's point, like Larian's also very good at going viral for trailers, right? If you guys remember, like the bear sex scene from Baldur's Gate 3 was also what kind of just like let the internet just go by storm. But Filch, what do you think of actually the trailer, if you just want to react to it or any of that stuff, but also you can comment on any of it?
Yeah, honestly, I thought the trailer was like awesome. I didn't know if at first it was like going to be the next Diablo expansion, because it kind of had that vibe a bit where, everyone's kind of prepping and there's just like death and all that weird stuff after. But like, to me, I just felt like, the games, there's so many games out there now, like you can kind of almost expect anything to come out. I don't have a kid or anything like that, so it's kind of hard to comment on that part. but at the same time, like we are in the games industry too, and like
Yeah.
any kind of game is out there, so it's almost like, you know, anything can kind of happen. So I think it's fine being on there personally.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
yeah, I thought the trailer was fire. Like I was just like, oh man, this looks sick. And,
The trailer was really great. Like Knox said, like it is burned into my specific mental cortex. So in terms of that, it completely won
I
the
don't
award
even know
show
what
and
the
definitely
game
worked.
was about, but
Yeah,
I
I don't know either.
Yeah,
but it's
yeah,
definitely.
totally.
I think
Yeah.
there's some of a mixture of like brand, but also
Yeah, it's brand.
like Larian, like you know it's gonna be an RPG.
Yeah.
Like they're staying within their wheelhouse. This is gonna be awesome. It's gonna be graphic. It's gonna be more for an adult audience. It's gonna come out early access in 7 years and be an early access for another 7. You know what I mean? There's gonna be great. But Dub, close us out on this specific topic for Larian Divinity. I know you don't have kids, but any
I
of
mean,
that stuff.
still, like, I wasn't like stoked on like that kind of content. It's too easy right before it to just slap a warning label and say, "Hey,
Yeah.
graphic content is following like viewer warned, whatever." And
Yeah.
it's hilarious hearing how you guys are salivating over this because, like, that's what Star Wars wanted with their trailer, but clearly couldn't get it, which is
Right.
insane to me.
Right.
The other thing that I think is really cool with Larian and all this is the mix up the statue as well. There's this big ass crazy sculpture that no one knew what it was for until they just revealed it, and I think that mixing real world art that everyone can go travel and see and like speculate on and having a
Yeah.
big reveal at the Game Awards is marketing like AAA top tier amazing stuff, and it's a huge spin to pull that off. I do think from here, like, I don't know, dude, I think Nintendo and the Muppets are out on Game Award lead sponsors here on forward. And you know, like because at this, when we were watching it, we're all like, okay, that's enough of Miss Piggy after the second Miss Piggy show up, you know. And it's so clearly the audience wants more mature content, and clearly the Game Awards wants to do it too. And having a children's show that's one half children and then the other half's, you know, religious sex cult just doesn't land. So
It's a really good point, you know. And there also might be like a specific section of the audience that needs it. But I also think that Nintendo and the Muppets and all that stuff is out next year too. Knock talked about it like in terms of identity crisis. There definitely was an identity crisis within the
biggest
Game
thing,
Awards.
though, is like even in the case of something like a Mario Kart, right? As an adult, the thing that we all know Mario Kart for is Beerio Kart, right? It is
Right.
chug a beer, do a lap. Whoever
That's right.
completes those two things the fastest wins. I think more generally speaking, the audience scales older because we're not showing Bluey, the video game, the
Right.
97th version of Bluey. We're showing 58 games that involve guns and murder and shooting. I think the graphic nature of the trailer just caught the attention because it was something a lot of people were unprepared for. But I actually don't think the trailer was that far out of the DNA of the show, right? The show spent the previous hour showing you 57 video games in which people are being murdered with every possible weapon that has ever existed. So I think it was just it was meant to be a holy shit moment, and it became a holy shit moment.
Yeah,
right?
it did. And yeah, I think there is a lot of like identity and learnings that the Game Awards have too, and also probably pool that they maybe didn't know coming into the awards that they have. But just a a good debate here, but Claire Obscure, Expedition 33, won 9 awards at the Game of the Year specific one. How do you guys feel about that? Blake, I'm going to also give you some time to address your haters out there for the Clear Mascara on this one. But yeah, Claire Obscure, how do you think? Do you think they deserved the 9 awards?
We lead with me.
Yeah, we're leading with you.
So, you know, I've kind of talked about this a little bit in the past. Like the art side of things for Claire Obscure was undeniable. I mean, you know, music did sound great. I mean, art style looked great. To me personally, I just didn't think there was enough like inspiration in the genre for me to really think that it was very, very cool. I mean, I like, you know, we had, Julia talk about like how you could like react to things in combat. Like I said, like we were literally doing that in Super Nintendo back in the day. Like, so I don't understand like that being like a big thing. Like, if you want to tell a great story, like I kind of have already seen that happen now with Baldur's Gate. So I was like over that. Like, I love the Baldur's Gate. I'm glad they won one. Like they won the game of the year. I just was kind of looking for something different. That's all it was to me. Like, yeah, the art was fine, and if you don't like if you love clear mascara and you don't like yourself a little bit of goop, I don't know what else to tell you. So
I will also say that like a lot of the people that were watching your clip was kind of also educating me on the comment section that there is like criteria for like a game of the year, which story is one of them, which, Arc Raiders doesn't really have a story. And the last multiplayer that had it was Overwatch, which also had a very strong story component to it. So that was something that I learned during that Clear Mascara rant on this. But Dub, as somebody that probably fought against Arc Raiders coming in, but what did you think?
Yeah, like put some respect on this Clear Mascara thing is just absurd. Like I equally am like, I don't like the game. It's not for me, but they clearly deserved the sweep that they took. And what it shows more is that the Game Awards has way too many awards. I mean, there are so many times when they ran through 15 different or 3 different awards and 15 different people in like 30 seconds. Yeah. And it was just, so it's seeing like best debut indie game and best independent game, like that feels like two categories that can easily get merged in. There's a lot of overlap.
You got to give your sponsors some slots though, Dub.
Yeah. I mean, at the same, it was wild to me that, there was one clear sponsor. It was for the country of France. Like either they're investing heavily because it was insane. Like seeing a room full of suits and then this dude showing up in a Uniqlo jacket and a baguette outfit and accepting 3 different awards was crazy. It was like the same thing as when we saw Koji in the skeleton suit at our own Game Awards. So that was a bit of a moment, and I still way too many awards, and it just needs to be less. They do deserve what they won, but at the same time, I don't know if the music was that. There's some faults there for sure. That's just not our crowd, but apparently for the world of gamers, it makes sense. So.
Yeah, for sure. It definitely felt like Kendrick Lamar, you know what I mean, going up to get all those specific awards on that. Phil, what do you think about Claire Mascure getting 9 awards at the game show?
Honestly, I thought it made sense. I actually haven't played the game yet, but every time I saw all the awards kind of come up and every time they won one, I was like, honestly, I could see that. I was just like, makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. For the specific categories in which that they won, there was a very good argument for every single one for them to win. And that's like really what it comes down to is like, can you argue that they're going to win? Yes. And that was like one of the most, decisive or divisive things during the awards that the RPG one did not, or went to them, that it didn't go to, I forget what the Kingdom Come Deliverance, which, they had a lot more like specific content and everything like that. But it also is probably popularity in terms of dominance as well too. Not close us out on this subject, brother.
Yeah, if your game ends with 2, you don't deserve to win an award. I don't care. I'll say this. Listen, look at the awards that they won. Game of the Year was a shoo-in for sure. I'm a big Arc Raiders fanboy, but you can't argue it. They won Best RPG. They were competing against Avowed and The Outer Worlds 2. Avowed was terrible. It was it was up here because there were 5 RPGs that released in 2025 and it happened to be one of the 5, right? That's the only reason why it's nominated for the award. It won Best Score in Music. Of course they were going to win that. It won Best Narrative. It's a narrative-driven game. The only other real competitor was a walking simulator in which it was the second walking simulator in the series of walking simulator games that they put out in Death Stranding 2 on the beach. It is, I like long walks on the beach, the game. It is ridiculous that is a true thing, right? It wins Best Independent Game. Of course it is. This is exactly what we want to see. The story of the year from the Game Awards was indie studios spinning out from major AAA studios, delivering titles that they weren't allowed to make at that studio. Of course, the team that spins out from underneath Ubisoft, who is maybe the most hated development studio on the planet right now,
shout out
creates
Ubi.
a game that is incredible. Yes, it's going to win Best Independent Game. Best Debut Indie Game, that's the Rookie of the Year award. Of course this should exist, and I disagree with Dub. Those are 2 different awards. You should have a Rookie of the Year award. This team definitely deserves it. And you should have a standalone indie studio award. Of course they were going to win it. And the last two that they win is art direction and performance. Now, performance is for voice acting. There were like 8 games with a voice actor in it, and 9 of the nominees were from Clair Obscur because every single character in the game was voice acted. So, you know, that's a win by default category. Best art direction. I played the game. I have about 40 hours in it. I thought it was beautiful. I thought the game was incredible. I'm not a fan of the art itself. I don't like the art style, but you can't look at that game and think anything other than this is pretty incredible, the amount of effort they've put into building this out. So for me, Clair Obscur clearly deserves all of those awards, barring maybe Game of the Year, because I really do believe it should have been Arc Raider. I think you're starting to see a story come out. I think there is a mystery in Arc Raider. I think it's just delivered in a way that is unfamiliar for most gamers. It's not linearly. And for me, beyond that piece there, of course they're going to win it, man. I think they deserved it. It was a hell of a game. And if you haven't played it, I've tried to describe this to people, but somebody said this to me. If you haven't played Clair Obscur, you can't really understand what is so special about that game. It is like trying to explain to somebody what a turtle is, and that person has never seen any animal ever, right? It's a really difficult thing to do, and that's sort of what you're trying to do when explaining Clair Obscur to somebody who's never played the game.
Absolutely. And I for like our YouTube is like, I guess hasn't been live for this whole time, but it just kicked on recently. So shout out chat on this side of things. There's like a lot of people that just are like, what the heck's going on? But they said Slayer, thank you, Knock, for spitting facts on this as well. And yeah, we, as like last week as well too, Knock and Phil, I will give you your little podium right now because Blake and Dub had their podium last week of like why you think Arc Raiders should have been nominated even for Game of the Year, even just a nomination. That's what Blake's like argument was all about. It's like it wasn't even freaking nominated. Like, come on now, what are we talking about, man? Phil, I'll let you go first, man, on it.
Yeah, honestly, I don't. So like with the cutoffs, is it just a cutoff thing where they're just like it's too late to the game? Like I don't even know how that works. But like to me, I'm just. Oh, okay. So yeah, I don't know why it wasn't nominated because they did win that one award for like best multiplayer or whatever it was. Yeah,
best multiplayer. So they were in the awards ceremony, but they weren't for Game of the Year, which a lot of people were like, "How is it not even nominated?" Especially whenever you see all the other games that were nominated, you're like, "Eh."
Dude, now that I'm remembering that, that is absolute dog shit that they didn't even get it. Like, they should have been nominated for way more. That game is so much fun to play. Ever since it came out, everybody's just losing their shit over it, me included. Like, I spend more time in Speranza than I do in my own life. So it's just like, I don't know, man. It's like, that game definitely should have been on the list more. And I don't know if it would have beat Clair Obscur, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I do feel like that would have been like one of those nail biters where it's like, oh, I would have loved to see them in that running. So it's crazy that they didn't get nominated. And after remembering that they did win that one award, now I'm just like, oh yeah, shit, that makes no sense that they weren't in the actual running for all these other. I don't know what other awards they should be in the running for, but definitely Game of the Year, I do feel like they should have been in there for that.
Yeah, agreed. Okay. Agreed on that.
Yes, but hear me out.
Yes, but
you literally, there's a format, and Grammys use this for Song of the Year, where it's Q3 to Q4 of next year. So it's August, September. If you release your game after August, you're not in contention for Song of the Year. So that's how they do the timeline, and that's exactly how it should be ran for Game of the Year as well. And it's just a format that's fair, makes way more sense, and music for sure is going to lead the way before gaming 9 times out of 10. So like,
I just feel like there needs to be a lot of tightening up for the Game Awards. I think.
Honestly, listen. Like, okay, I felt a certain type of way in 2017 when I played Fortnite for the first time. I got off the game. I downloaded it on a whim. I sent my friends a text message, said, "You guys need to get on this game. This is going to be a fun game." Here we are 8 years later. I still play the game occasionally. I built a professional career in professional Fortnite. I love the game. It was a truly, I think, era-defining multiplayer title.
Absolutely.
I played Arc Raiders for the first time, and I got off the game, and I said, "Boys, you need to buy Arc Raiders right now. This is the best game I've played since Fortnite came out." I'll tell you why. The reason why it wasn't nominated is twofold. It came out too late in the year, and I think most of the story, most of the vibe, most of the understanding of why that game is special requires you to have played 10 to 15 to 20 hours of that title, and then you begin to get it. So I think that the length to understand why, it was just too long for most people. The second reason is the video game industry has a prejudice against AI use, and Arc Raiders very proudly, very publicly has
Right.
announced that the way that their arc works in the game is by AI. They have taught the AI to navigate themselves. They have taught the AI to learn. And it's part of the reason why you're seeing leapers go from in week 1 trying to jump 700 feet in the air to reach you to now taking cover when you're too far away from them and they can't reach you with the jump. The AI is learning. The environment is evolving. It's a live ecosystem. The story is being drip fed into us. To me, it is a masterclass in building a shooter. It is a masterclass in building a community. It is a masterclass in building different segments within that community. We should fight? No, we should all just kill the Ark together. There's 2 different groups of people that are fighting against each other. And then on top of all of that, the only award that it really did get robbed by was audio design. I am in
Blake also
built my
agrees with you.
career in professional shooters. I've built my career in professional shooters, and the most common thing that you hear is the game audio is shit. In Arc Raiders, the sound in that game, from the gunfire to the noise that the Arc makes, to the fact that you can interact with other players, to the actual like directional audio of where people are, it is the best audio in any game I've ever played, and I've played Battlefield 6. To me, it was robbed from audio. I understand why it didn't win Game of the Year. I understand why it was the only choice for multiplayer, but the fact that it wasn't up there for audio design to me was just like a massive miss. And it was very clear that people who were nominating these categories did not play the title because it was the best audio in a shooter I've ever played.
Right. And the committee, like, do they have to play every single one? Probably not. They probably don't go through every single one and play that level of specific time and take their committee specific area so seriously that they are going to go for 15
you know what's
specific
funny? Even
hours.
to Dub's point, even in the Oscars, it was this year the rule changed where in order to be a voter on the committee, you have to watch the title. The fact that that is a change to the voting in 2025 is fucking ridiculous. Like, we're talking about a Game of the Year award and you're going to have an opinion on who wins in a particular category and you haven't sunk 10 hours into it. I don't want your vote. You don't matter.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely on that. Yeah, man, I think that there's a lot of things that the Game Awards can do better. And I think to defend them, like, I don't think anybody who like probably knew their relevance and like even for themselves until this point where like, hey, like we just like want to win for gaming, and everyone just kind of, I guess, mentally linked across all the specific spectrums and said, no, we're all going to show up for the Game Awards, even digitally. And they're just like, oh shoot, like there's a lot of people here, you know? And I think that's like, it becomes something really important moving forward. And so I don't really blame them for this year. I'm going to see how they show up next year, which is really important for this. But one thing that actually launched today that I want to get your guys' commentary, and sorry for this last minute audible, and then we play some blind ranks right after this. We can close it out on some fun note here, is actually Marathon. So Marathon came out with their stuff. They did have a rough start in terms of the alpha. The alpha just was pretty much, they're kind of taking, if you're looking at the Bungie video doc, they're taking a playbook out of Arc Raiders, right? Arc Raiders are trying to find that specific magic moment between like the PvE and PvP specific things. And so I'm going to play this in the background as we kind of talk about this. But one of the major things that they got really ripped on was this just felt like kind of high guard, right? Like just felt like generic. It just felt like this is something that you guys are forcing us down our throats and not actually something that I want to play. And one of the things that I watched during this video doc that I was actually very like, okay, that's actually very interesting. And Phil, I'll go to you because you said that you were very interested in it, was like they're going to make this world feel like more alive. And also like if they can hit the PvE version of like campaign, like legendary mode of like Halo, and also the PvP in the same area, man, I think there is a special thing on there. And like, that's my hope. I'm an Xbox fanboy, so I'm always going to gun for Halo. But like, Phil, what do you think about whenever you were like watching this, maybe reacting to it for the first time?
Dude, honestly, the art was the main thing that jumped out at me at first. I was like, the aesthetic and everything. I'm like, this just reminded me of that initial feeling of even playing Halo. You're just like picking up like even the Halo shotgun, and just how the weapons felt. I just like, and even the pixels when they die and stuff, like it just made me feel like, oh man, that looks so cool.
The
and
shotgun reload is exactly the same as shotgun 4.
Is it actually?
Yeah.
Dude, it looks very similar.
Animation.
I'm like,
yeah,
it feels good. It feels good. So I don't know. To me, I watch it and I'm just like, is it going to be like the thing that makes me want to play this over like Arc Raiders kind of thing? I'm like, it could be, honestly. Like I wouldn't rule it out. Like even that death animation thing where you can kind of, they decay and you don't know, like, I mean, you can kind of tell they've been there a little bit longer. Like, I just really like these ideas. The one thing I'm not sure about is the whole cloaking thing. I just don't know how that's gonna like. That could be one of those things that really turns people off or whatever. But like, I'm watching this and I'm like, this looks so sick. I just love it. Kind of gives me a bit of the reboot, that old show reboot vibes a bit. Like when I look at the guns and stuff, and I love that show. Dude, that was crazy show. I love that show. But yeah, like it kind of gives me a feels like that. And even hearing you say the environment's gonna be a little bit more interactive, like I'm super interested. I'll be following this, and I actually never followed any of the alpha stuff before. This is my first real time seeing this stuff, and I'm like, dude, this looks sick to me.
I think their alpha's coming, or like whatever their specific next play test is going to be coming up here soon for it. And so, yeah, very, very excited to see it. Dub, what do you think of Marathon and kind of what they kind of came out with today?
Dude, I can't wait to spend like my entire time when I'm awake playing Marathon and High Guard. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna like choose between the two as I wait. It's so many great games.
Just
in
hook yourself up to an adrenaline IV drip
like,
all time.
Look at my audio quant with the glasses right now. Like, it's just, these are the type of people, Emily, Kevin, like, I just believe in what they're going to put out.
First name basis for Dub.
Yeah, exactly. I've been hooked on like the body decay is actually really interesting, and being able to be like, oh, okay, this body's decayed 50%, so maybe, you know, this dude's like a mile away or whatever, and being able to have that intelligence, like another layer built in of like, it's just like arc raiders, like add that into arc raiders and it'll be sick, you know. And I think I worry about the Lego looking vibes of the guns and stuff, but beyond that, it does look really sweet. I am gonna, you know, give it a solid effort at playing it, and I hope it cooks. But I mean, it's another one where it's got a 5% chance at best, because it's just had so much negativity already out the gate, and people have given up on Bungie already. So.
Shout out Bungie, dude. I freaking remember growing up on Bungie, which is very sad. Blake, and then we'll go to Knock.
Dub finally got there at the end. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Like, Bungie is not willing. Bungie is too big of a studio to like scrap this and move on to something else like right away, just because of negative feedback. Like, so they're trying to repair it, but I think that there's too much wrong with the core for this big of a game to be successful. I don't think there's going to be any repairing. They're going to put in a lot of work, and they're going to make the shit stink a little bit less. But I think that the game will fail. I think that Arc Raiders will be dominating this genre for an extended period of time, and I'm going to be sad that Arc Raiders will lose even 5% player liquidity for the short, brief time that this breathes mild air. And we will be back to Arc Raiders where we belong. Back in Speranza, fighting the Ark.
Yeah, they're actually going to be a collab for Halo in Speranza,
and
it would just
this
be
is
crazy.
coming from someone that liked Halo. I just think that, like, hang it up when it's done. Like,
I'm going to tell you right now, there's no way you liked Halo by the gameplay I've seen. You do. Knock. What you got for Marathon, brother?
Listen, man, this is like the Splatoon version of Tarkov, right? Like, this does not look good. I don't know if we're watching the same trailer. I don't know if we're watching the same content.
Are you fucking blind?
Listen.
There we go.
In a
We're
category of lighter, more friendly, more accessible extraction shooters, it's not even the second best one. Right? It is not even this. The second best one was a game called The Cycle Frontier, which is dead, and that has a better chance of surviving than Marathon. What Marathon is,
it's decaying.
Marathon is a game. Yeah, Marathon is a game that will launch when I'm on vacation. My friends will play it for 2 days, and by the time I get home, they've all refunded the game on Steam and will never fucking talk about it again because it doesn't look good. It is not a game. Who is this for? They're building a game for nobody. Arc Raiders is everything that Marathon is meant to be. Part of the reason why the PvPvE works in Arc Raiders is because when you're playing Arc Raiders, I have an inherent understanding that players are trying to do something. That might be a quest, it might be a loot, it might be trying to kill me. I understand that the Ark are also trying to do something. There's a mystery. There's old bodies that I can loot. There's Ark overhead. They seem to be probing things. They're walking around. It's not just nothing. This looks like a bunch of Splatoon enemies in an area that happens to also be co-inhabited by a bunch of players. If you've seen the trailer, they're shooting an NPC that barely is aware that it has a gun. is walking like when I hand Christina, my girlfriend, a remote, and she's not a gamer. When I hand her a controller, she can do one of two things on a controller, right? She can look or she can move. That's what the what the AI in this game look like. They look like they can look or move, but they can't do both at the same time. And
They're
sure as hell
shooting
are not gonna
right
shoot
now.
you.
Sir.
To me, listen, Bungie has missed on the last 2 or 3 years of Destiny when they were building that title. They've missed on the last couple of games that they have delivered, and for me, this looks like another miss in a long history of misses for a studio that was once great and is likely going to die with Marathon.
There we go. Agree.
Blake agrees.
Hard agree.
Your neck was a little
Crazy.
sore. I think you got to check your neck, Blake, because you were nodding in agreement too much, buddy.
Hey, at least Shrapnel, another competitor, has an entire country backing it, right? Like, you know, like this has got nothing.
Unironically, a significantly more compelling offer.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, on that,
Yeah,
shout out, Dub, buddy, shout out, Dub, on this. All right, okay, good segment on Marathon, for that. But we have to go into the blind rank challenge here. For the new people here, Filch and Nock, this is gonna be the first time that you actually get to experience the magic of a blind rank specific draft squad.
Oh no.
So what we're going to be doing here is just kind of a basic rule set. And don't worry, Phil, you see it on the share screen here, but you're in first here. So what you're going to be doing is you're going to be cycling through famous characters. I think there's around 100 in the specific pool. There might be actually more because it's attached to an LLM. And we are going to be ranking a blind rank. You don't know what's actually coming next from a character standpoint. You have tank, support, and DPS. Once a specific character rolls, you are going to have to assign them to a slot, or you can pass once. But once you pass, it is going to be automatically assigned into a specific area unless you have like 2 slots and then you get to pick. But you have to have that character. And so it's going to be a lot of fun.
DPS
What was that?
and
Not
what?
Yeah, support, tank, and DPS. So typical specific
And then you
one.
have
And
a
then
pass
after
as
that,
an option.
we're going to be doing a 3v3 battle of yours, and we're going to go into debates. So Nock versus Dub, Filch versus Blake. We'll see. The GPT is going to
love it.
put this here. But this is what was a major hit. A lot of people were saying, please bring this back in terms of the game modes. And so the order in which that we're going to be picking here is going to be Filch, Blake, Nock, and then Dub. Dub, you were first last time. You were last this
Bring
time.
it, Filch.
So we're
Bring
going to
it.
start
All right.
the blind
Still
squad.
gonna win.
Start
Quick
with
question,
Filch.
Pete, just
Yeah,
one
go ahead.
quick. So, like, even if I pass, you said it has to be assigned to a different role, or like I get one pass and then it like I get
You
to
get
pick
one
from a
pass
different
and
thing?
then
It'll be
you-
a new role,
It'll be a
Okay.
new role.
One pass.
It'll be a new role.
Okay.
And so,
Oh, man.
Filch,
Wow.
you got Master Chief. Talking about old Bungie. Shout out old Bungie. You have a tank,
This was
DPS,
topical.
support,
This was
or
topical.
pass. Yeah,
That's
exactly.
an
Very
easy
topical.
pass right there.
Easy.
Bungie's
Don't give him to me. I already said I don't want him.
Honestly, you know, if he's got that overshield going too, I kind of like him for a tank. I just feel like there's somebody juicier for a DPS, so I'm gonna throw him in the tank role.
All right. You are choosing tank on this one. So we're going to go with Filch having a tank role for it. And then next up is Blake.
Here we go. Here
All
we go.
right.
We're gonna. Can we start it off right?
We're going to start off right with
Can
Tingle,
we
dude.
start it off right? Don't you tingle me
Dude, you got Marcus Phoenix again. Are you going-
again? The same
Are
guy.
you going tank, DPS, support, or pass?
I mean, he was not the one that effed
That's
up my
true.
squad last time. So he
That's
is going
true.
right back in the tank slot. We're going
That's
for round
insane.
2. We're running
going
it back.
round 2, tank,
Oh, okay.
off tank, DPS. You know what I mean? Good to go on that. Nock, you are up next, and we are going to be getting you, hopefully, a good DPS or a good support or a good tank
somebody.
here. We got Tracer from Overwatch, buddy. What are you going with? DPS, tank, or support? Or are you passing?
I'm passing on Tracer.
Oh,
Smart,
you're
dude.
passing.
Dude,
No,
I
it's
want
smart. She
Yeah,
blinked
I
it
blinked-
off the
yeah, she
map
blinked
last
off her
time.
death.
I
Oh,
believe
death.
before. I've
Yeah.
done that too many times for me to
Yeah.
trust her here.
Makes sense.
Nock is passing. Dub, your specific role.
No
is
rewind,
coming
no
up.
Let's
rewind.
go, dude.
Here we go. Here we go.
Something
No
Archie
rewind.
like.
You got Solid Snake for Metal Gear Solid. You going tank, DPS, or support, brother?
DPS.
Yeah.
DPS on
sense.
Snake. Yep, makes sense. Makes
Out,
sense.
checks out.
Checks
He
out.
He could be a good support, you know.
Could be. Yeah, I was thinking
Hide
about
in
either
the
a
box?
DPS or support. Yeah, hide in the box. Wait till he comes
Exactly.
in. Next for you, Filch, is going to be.
They're
Da-na-na.
gonna be
Yuna from Final
Yeah.
Fantasy.
Oh, that's my support right there.
Support.
Love that
easy
game too.
Day. Yeah.
Great game.
Great game. Great game.
Yuna's
All right.
gonna fall off a cliff, bro. Just watch.
All right. Here
No,
we
dude,
go.
she's got some.
All right,
man.
Blake,
we
you got
go.
next. Dude, it would be sucky if you get like the same specific
Bro.
roles.
Yeah, we can't run it back to the
Oh,
same
you got
squad.
Dante from Devil May
Oh,
Cry.
dude,
Well,
that's
wow.
crazy.
I'm feeling great about my team. We're gonna. I was feeling great for the
Oh,
first two
sorry.
rounds last time as well. So we
Not gonna
were
lie,
clearly,
I'm sweating a little
Okay.
bit now. I feel
We're-
like I maybe
Dude,
shouldn't have
Dante's
done that.
cracked, man.
we were
That's crazy,
clearly
yeah.
slotting him into DPS, and we
Okay.
will continue on.
We'll continue on. DPS, your team's looking pretty good.
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
You were
Yeah.
also going with gun heavy last time, Blake, and we saw how that worked out.
Yeah.
Dante's
true.
gonna catch a bullet.
All right,
bro,
so-
don't worry.
Dude, Knock, used his pass early.
I'm a little scared. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I've already made a mistake. Thinking
You
about it,
probably
Tracer's
did.
stronger than any character that came up so far.
You got Lucio from
Oh,
Overwatch,
okay.
so you're just
Easily
getting the
support.
Overwatch roles.
Easily support. I
Alright.
get
Wow,
AOA
okay.
heals. I got massive overshield. I'm taking Lucio support. That's
Yeah,
incredible.
absolutely. That's a good role. Yeah, it's a good
Mix up with a
pass,
little
but
bit.
dude, you have two more that you forcibly have to assign
know,
to these
shit.
ones. It's
That's
it's
wild,
scary.
dude.
It's scary. Dub does not live by the pass. Dub is like, no, I'm getting whatever.
I'll find a slot.
I'll find a slot. Is what Dub says.
Make it work.
Ganondorf, let's
Yeah,
go!
Ganondorf on that. Dude,
Oh,
you have a
bro.
tank or support left.
Take me up, baby.
Tank you
All right,
up.
all right.
Yeah, that's
God,
definitely a good
dude.
call.
I'll see you in the finals,
So
Dub. I'll see you in the finals.
last one was Icy. Skipped
Icy
on
passed
Ganondorf,
on
and Dub
Ganon,
was
dude.
so
He did.
pissed. He was like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, I
couldn't
turned
believe it,
around
bro.
to see if somebody was like trolling me. I was like, what is that? I was like, what?
It was the wildest shit I've ever seen, dude.
On that, you got Gordon Freeman
Oh,
for Filch.
dude.
Is your DPS? Are you passing, brother? Is the
No,
4i
I'm
club?
passing.
Yeah,
I'm
pass.
passing.
It's like that's a good move. That's a good move.
All right,
Pass
here
on
we go.
Gordon Freeman.
I got,
on that.
I got pass or support. I got
Yeah,
pass or support.
This is where what's it called? Blake got into some issues last time. Was finding and passing his support role.
Here we go. Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go. Big bucks,
Oh,
no
dude,
whammy.
it's thinking. For
Come
you, Blake.
on.
It's thinking, brother.
There we go.
Oh.
We did it. We did
you
it.
did. You got some
We did
rolls
it.
on this one today,
We
man.
did it. GG.
You got still some
easy.
good rolls
Give me the
on your
support.
D&D, brother.
Stand
Eric's
back
gonna
there.
be
Heal
catching
him
a
up.
plasma grenade for sure.
All right.
It's gonna
Don't screw
stick.
me, game.
All right,
listen,
knock.
I stand by my decision. I couldn't have an all Overwatch team. All right.
Yeah, I don't know, buddy. We'll see what happens next.
I'm a little scared.
Still might.
Oh, Donkey Kong.
Hey,
Okay.
DK.
Wow.
Hear me out. Hear me out.
Oh, no.
Hear
What's
me
he
out.
going to do?
I think I'm actually going DPS off the backs of Donkey Kong, the new game that just came out.
Bonanza.
And then punch holes into mountains. I feel like I'm gonna get a better tank. We're going DPS.
There you go.
Okay, here we go.
Oh,
I cannot
ballsy.
wait for you to get a DPS
Tingle,
and tank.
coming right up.
Get Tingle, get it right.
Listen, so far I'm the only guy who can punch a hole in a mountain. So
he's got a point.
All right,
Crazy
Dub, you have. Let's see who you got, buddy. You still have one pass left, Dub. So,
Yeah. I put Ganondorf gameplay behind me too. Like I'm just in a whole vibe.
Lucio, we're gonna pay. We're gonna like. I'm not going
Auto
to
pass that,
re-roll.
yeah.
We're gonna re-roll. Roll already on another team. But yeah. This was like a really fun one, and it also like cuts up and edits really well as well too.
this is incredible.
Oh, no
Alright.
way.
Yo, Dub, you got Kirby as your
Alright,
support,
guys,
or are you
You got,
passing?
you got any ninja headbands around there? Getting the vibe of your team?
I do actually.
I feel like you should be wearing
support. I have no idea where it's at in all the boxes though.
All right, support for Kirby, which that's a good support.
Who was
he
Dub?
can like
I mean,
I
if
like
he's
Kirby.
blowing smoke up our ass, it'll make sense, you know.
Who did Dub get as DPS?
he has Solid
Snake.
Snake.
So, yeah.
All right,
All right, this
so
is my guy then.
Filch, this is your guy for DPS, which
Seems
is
like a DPS dude.
absolutely
Ryu?
Ryu's freaking amazing DPS.
Nice.
Oh,
All right.
okay.
Squad
Hold on,
split.
no, are
I'm
we
feeling pretty
Ryu
good.
or Ryu? What is actually correct? We already watched the Street Fighter.
I always say Ryu.
I always said Ryu. You just said Ryu.
My bad. My bad.
Oh, okay.
It was just, it was just it was my Hawaiian coming out, brother.
Yeah, I was like, is your Hawaiian
Oh,
showing and
bro.
I'm wrong?
Hey,
I
Ryu,
could be. I
Ryu is
sure-
past the shoyu. You know, that
I
kind of
could
thing.
be.
You know what I mean? Next up, Phil, you automatically got to DPS.
Nice. I'm
Blind
happy
roll
with my
here
squad.
for Knock. Yeah, these These ones are
Here's my
actually
tank,
not too
so-
bad in
Tank.
terms of the tank.
Coming
I
right
feel,
up.
dude, you
Aw.
got so
He did get
freaking lucky, dude.
He did get
Come
lucky.
That's
on, guys.
insane,
So
dude.
freaking lucky.
Bowser, Lucio.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
way too slow, dude.
That's
you're
still,
screwed.
yeah, dude. There's still like
You don't
no
need to be
agility in
slow-
that
you
team
don't
at
need to
all.
be slow. You don't need to be
Lucio's going to be running
punch
laps
forward.
around these
Yeah.
guys. He's going to trip. He's
Lucio
going to
has a
die.
speed boost. I don't know if you remember this, but he has a speed boost.
He's going to be using his boop to push his guys into combat. Like, come on, guys. Like, come on.
You telling me that's a bad thing? You got DK and Bowser flying at you now?
I'm telling you, it's a bad thing, Knock.
I'm telling you, it's a bad thing.
I'm
All
telling
right,
you,
so
I'm telling you.
all the squads are locked. Filch, just to remind everybody here, Filch has Tank as Master Chief. DPS is Ryu, not Ryu. Support is Yuna. Blake, you have a tank as Marcus Phoenix. Running it back, Turbo on that one. DPS is Dante from Devil May Cry. Support is Aerith, so good to go on that one. Knock, tank is Bowser with a lucky roll. DPS, Donkey Kong with another lucky roll. And support, Lucio. So definitely played the pass early, but definitely worked out. Dub has a tank of Ganondorf, DPS of Solid Snake, and support is Kirby. And we are going to randomize the matchups, and then we will put them into an environment, and then we are going to go from there.
Boys, I'm not going to lie. I think it's wraps for us.
Dude, I'm a little scared
it
of
is
Dante.
raps
I'm not
for
gonna
you,
lie.
dude.
One
Yeah.
of these teams is significantly stronger than the others. And I think
It's true, dude. Oh, you're going down, Blake.
Matchup one is Filch versus Knock, and then we have another matchup which they just love to put up Blake versus Dub on
Later.
this one. So we're gonna set the arena matchup for one, and then I'm gonna put Filch and Knock against each other. So we're gonna set the arena. I'm just gonna copy paste because Dub gave me crap for my typing last time.
Smart. It was really bad.
Yeah, it was bad. Again, I grew up on an island, dude.
I was concerned about your health for a moment.
Yep, it's okay. Can barely talk to my wife. Okay, so we have the arena matchup one here. Neon City rooftops, interconnected high-rise rooftops, zip lines between buildings, flashing billboards, long sight lines, lethal drops. So, for example, Knock, this is also how we can kind of sometimes mitigate the really powerful specific ones. But yeah, we got to debate it out here. Filch versus Knock on this one. For this, I have to figure out which one you guys are in. All right, and dun, dun, dun.
This is fantastic.
And
You're
so-
Bowser, DK, and who's the other one for you, Nog?
Lucio, baby.
Lucio.
Listen,
I'll put teams up so you guys know.
I'll say something really quick. If you want me to go first and plead my case, I'll plead my case happily.
Yes, we'll go. Knock, you can go first here.
Listen.
Listen,
Long
Listen,
sight
Linda.
lines, but lethal drops. I have a team built of 3 characters who are known exclusively for their ability to knock their opponent off the stage. Bowser and DK in Smash. Bowser's most powerful move is the down B. It is the crush. It is knocking people off stage. You got Lucio. Hey, there's an entire 40-minute highlight clip you can watch on YouTube of Lucio booping people off of stages. I've got an overshield. I've got a speed boost. I've got a bump. I can close that gap. I think I clearly take this.
what's yours, Filch?
You know, I'm going to let my team do most of the talking for me on this one. I honestly feel like really the one thing that jumps out at me is like Master Chief has a frickin' gun, and I don't see how he can't gun down any of these fools. Plus, I got Eunice. She can summon like Balefora, Bahamut, or whatever, and she can ride on them and just nuke them with the laser beam. So, dude, I don't know. You're cooked.
You're cooked.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Knock.
I'm not gonna lie. I think the long sight lines is what did it for me.
I don't even know Ryu, but I don't even know if I need him. You can have him if you want to knock.
I am dead well before I even get close to Fish's team.
It is.
If I lose this, I'll kill myself.
That being said, hold on.
jeez.
That being said, Australians did lose a war to emus, and they had guns, and the emus were able to close the gap. So maybe my team of almost exclusively animals has a chance here.
Knock is like bringing out history to try to justify his position here. Filch, you are definitely living by your specific opening here, which is you don't know Street Fighter because Ryu is the most famous Street Fighter character on the specific planet, and so it is funny that you have that as your stuff. But I'm going to right now. I'm going to give the win to Filch, but for bonus points, whoever actually goes through the simulation mode, we're going to run the simulation and see who wins just for some
Run
bonus
it.
points on your score. But Filch is going on to the next round just for everyone here. I'm not going to change it, Blake, I promise.
Yeah. Good. We're adhering to the rules this time around. I
Yeah.
feel way more comfortable.
Yeah, exactly. And so just so the audience can also see it here, the fight is tense as both teams trade space across rooftops with mobility and knockback constantly threatening instant eliminations. The turning point comes when a brief speed burst pulls Filch's squad into a split position, breaking their defensive formation. Once coordination slips, control of the rooftop shifts decisively. Momentum never fully recovers. Knock squad wins.
I just want to point out and say, what did the AI say? It said exactly what Nox said. I've got the ability to close the gap. I've got overshield. I can knock you off the stage. It read me.
It is, yeah, it did read you. It probably has some like voice activity going on right now on it. It's kind of scaring me a little bit. But we are going to go on to the next one. You are still going to the next round, Filch, because you won the debate.
Right.
But Nock did get a +1 on this. All right, set the stage for...
We might need to run this back on Claude for a second opinion.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is why people talk about AI slop.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm asking Grok right now.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, exactly. All right, setting the stage for 2 arena set, and we'll finish it on the blind rank today. But yeah, the location is a frozen shipyard, an icy industrial dockyard with frozen decks, cargo cranes, stacked containers, and slippery footing near open water. Blake versus Dub. Just to remind everybody, the matchup here, Blake's tank is Marcus Phoenix, DPS is Dante, support is Aerith. Dub is tank is Ganondorf, DPS is Solid Snake, and Kirby as his support. All right, so I am going to put the 2 up against each other. What do you think? We'll go with Dub here first.
Dude, just starting with the tank position alone, dude, Marcus Phoenix is already tired from last week. And then Ganondorf literally warps reality and like can regenerate, is a tank. Like all Marcus Phoenix has ever done has been a great soldier in a future apocalyptic future, while Ganondorf is literally a giant tank wizard.
You're
and
telling
can
me he's the Tom Hanks of the Horde?
We've been watching Ganondorf for the past 20 minutes on my projector, just crushing it. And obviously Marcus Phoenix just doesn't have the same stance. So just starting with tanks alone, that's my point.
That was literally going to be my argument as well. Just starting with tanks. If the end of the world is coming and you have to choose one person to survive with, you are choosing Marcus Phoenix 100% of the time. No, Ganondorf just, I mean, yes, somewhat powerful, but we're going to run. We are going to run the sim and see who has the survival aspect built into his internal. Oh yeah, Knock wants to raise his hand. If you're,
The
if you're
end
not
of the
backing
earth
me up,
is Ganondorf.
Oh. Run,
Touche.
cut that part. Cut him out, and then
Guys,
run.
Phoenix is just a guy, Blake. Ganondorf is a god.
Yeah, and don't forget I have Kirby, who hard counters Dante
Kirby.
just by inhaling
You
him.
said Kirby. You said Kirby.
He turned into a friggin' block.
You lost me at I have Kirby.
Yo, shout out freaking Dub's Super Smash Brothers in the back. All right, we're going to run the simulation, but Dub wins the debate. So he is going into the final round against Filch, and we're going to have a cosmic battle here for it.
I can't wait to take points on top of that.
As a little bit of an appetizer here, Peyton, I just want to give you the note from both Claude and Grok really quick.
Okay, yes, please give me the...
They broke it down into 4 categories: strength / AP, durability, speed, health, and support. Here's what we've got. Both LLMs have suggested the edge goes to Team 1. Team 1 is DK, Bowser.
No.
Oh,
way.
dang.
Here's what happens. This is the resolution from Grok. Bowser and DK are cartoonish kaiju who solo planets routinely. Team 2 lacks the DPS to drop them. Grok says 9 out of 10 win rate for Team 1.
Whoa.
Claude says 10 out of 10 team rate for Team 1.
Jeez,
Just
what do you say,
saying.
Filch? You still came in.
Yo, Jimbo alone, that one summon kills everything in one hit. It's literally what he does. That's all. It's how you cheat the game. You just give him all your money, and he kills everything. The hardest boss. These LLMs are retarded. I'm furious. Like, this is ridiculous. I'm actually mad. I am mad.
Exactly. Yep. 100%. I agree.
Makes no sense. Zero sense.
Especially with what we're going to read next, dude. I can't believe
All right,
it.
so next, LLM going on a very hot win streak here. Blake squad wins. The fight stabilizes early as both teams test footing and spacing on the ice. But control slowly tilts once sustained pressure forces missteps. The turning point comes when Blake squad holds formation through a chaotic exchange, keeping support coverage intact while denying clean flanks. With tempo locked and space controlled, they grind the fight in their favor and close it out cleanly Blake squad wins.
See,
I've never seen vanilla slop before that.
Structure-
Holy shit! Like
structure
there's
and
no details. We didn't even mention a name, dude, or an action.
Look at Phil
structure,
holding up the
commitment
hand.
to a plan. You were just total chaos and nonsense. Every man for himself.
Holy
Everybody
shit.
spread out.
The
Easy
vibes
pickings.
were right.
Easy
Apparently.
pickings.
Oh my
Give it to
god.
him.
Yes, Phil. You
All
don't
right,
have
call on
to.
Phil.
You don't have to raise your hand. Go ahead.
I would like to ask. I would like that detailed analysis on these LLMs and how they describe the split ups. I want to know their processing and their thinking behind it.
All right.
'Cause
All
they're-
right.
this-
I'm going to do that for you just right now because
Yeah.
it seems like Filch is literally angry, and it's not my
This
fault.
is-
I
this is
swear it's
unacceptable.
just the AI, Filch. It's not me actually doing it. All right.
I
No,
will
we're
say
doomed.
Blake wins the turning point from my POV. I don't think any of us are taking into account how powerful Aerith is. She is literally
Yeah, she is.
the hard
It's true.
counter to Dub's
I mean,
best
Blake
image
literally
standard.
forgot her, so you know. It can't be that good.
She was apparently just gonna res people every time I died over
Yeah.
until eventually I whittled you down. Like I guess that was the plan.
All right, so here's what happens with the simulation. A little bit more play-by-play, Filch. The fight
Okay.
opens cautiously as both teams struggle for footing on the ice, with Snake probing lanes while Dante pressures space aggressively. The turning point comes with Ganondorf overcommits on a push and gets stalled just long enough for Aerith to stabilize Blake's formation. With Kirby forced into reactive healing and Snake denied clean angles, Blake's team keeps the fight centralized instead of letting it fracture. Once momentum locks, Blake's squad slowly suffocates Dub's options and closes it out through sustained pressure. Blake's squad wins.
Holy shit.
Honestly, it's pretty
Yeah,
It's hard
okay.
to argue that.
ChatGPT, please describe to me a T1 ranked league game where they win. Oh, okay, here it is.
All right, so we're gonna go up against though Filch versus Dub as
You're
the
dead,
final
Filch.
specific.
Yeah, we'll see.
Sorry.
one.
We'll see.
Oh
Sorry.
yes, go ahead, Dub.
Filch, you're dead, bro.
We'll see. We'll see.
Seriously.
I mean, if I've got ChatGPT on my side, I am dead. So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I don't know.
All right,
Yeah.
Filch versus Dub. Debated out though whose squad has a cleaner win condition. We'll go with Filch here first.
Dude, what, do I even need to say it? Like, Zenmato! Like, I don't know, man. Like, it's retarded that I even have to argue this. Like, it's honestly, the fact that any other character can go up against this, it's just not possible. Like,
Yes.
the
yes.
only argument I can honestly see is, like, okay, it took him a little while to summon, and then she just gets slapped off the screen, like, in the meantime. But, like, if he's out on the field, like, it just, you can't beat it. Like, you can't. It just
Absolutely,
can't.
absolutely.
That's all-
Dub,
that's
what's
it.
your counter here, buddy?
Man, Filch, put on some sunscreen, buddy. I already, because this sun is gonna freaking burn, bro. I've already explained Ganondorf and Kirby and why they're the gods almighty, but specifically for Solid Snake versus Master Chief, like Solid Snake is a stealth assassin with modern day weapons of destruction that literally Chief's gonna walk in the building being all thematic, being all Halo, being like, look at me, and he's gonna step on a freaking landmine, bro, and he's gonna be done right out the gate. ChatGPT's already got it coded and lined
Dub's
up. We're
argument
gonna
is
be reading
modern
it.
day weapons when comparing.
He's
to a
selling it to
literal
himself.
man
You
from
can
the
hear it. He's
future.
like, he's trying. He's like, I give props to Dub here because he's like, he's got to sell the vision, right? What else does he have here? He's got a fantasy. That's it. I mean, good luck, Dub.
Hey, I control reality via Ganondorf either way. So
Right.
you know.
All right, we're gonna run the simulation. I did forget to put the actual setting. My apologies. The flooded research facility, half submerged corridors, flickering lights, broken walkways, and rising water levels that
great.
slowly cut off routes.
Sweet.
Where
Yeah, cool.
Chief fails 9 out of 10 times in all Halo cutscenes.
Plasma
That-
grenade,
that-
water, electricity. Like, it's even more effective even if I need Master Chief.
That's not how
You
plasma
can have Master
electricity
Chief.
works,
You can have
bro.
Ryu, whatever his name, too. No, we're good.
You could have him too.
Filch wants to get him off his team.
Give him
Every
off
single
his team.
debate.
I don't need him. I just don't need him.
Man, Kirby's gonna eat them anyways. Don't worry.
All
love
right.
Kirby, though, I
The
will say
fight compresses quickly inside the flooded corridors, forcing constant close-range decisions. The turning points come when sustained pressure pins Filch's squad into a narrow lane, limiting repositioning and stretching support coverage. Once moment options disappear, control of tempo shifts decisively, and the fight snowballs from there. Filch's team can't reset. Dub squads wins.
First of all,
Damn right, bro.
Dub, I feel like we didn't call enough attention to that thing all show. That's incredible.
It's got
really
its
is.
Magic Eden.
That's the real winner right there.
I gotta
That's
say,
funny,
listen, in hindsight, Peyton, thinking about this, tight, narrow quarters, maybe the worst person in the entire universe to fight in that scenario is Kirby. Because he's just sucking in both teams. Right
Exactly.
then and there.
And jumping off the stage,
Yeah.
dude. That's what he's doing. He's just eating it up, dude. Filch, I'm still gonna give it to you though, buddy. You won that specific debate. Dub loses, but he does get a bonus for winning the simulation.
Oh,
Sorry,
you know what
buddy.
I want to see next? I want to see ChatGPT put itself in a ring with like all the other LLMs and see what it has to say. Because all it gives is BS anyway.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Oh.
All right,
right,
guys.
Your win is BS.
I'm canceling my subscription.
Canceling my subscription to GPT.
Yeah,
but I'm
it's
also
done.
going to give Knock the final specific kind of stuff because Knock, you are the winner for today. You did.
Hold on.
Oh, yep. Go ahead.
We are
Blake.
currently in Q4. Okay. Does he actually win, or does he have to persist through the entire next year?
Is this a
I
wait
need to
till the next
understand
15
that,
episodes or
like
so?
how we're giving this out. Like, you know, since that seems to be an important part of rewards.
This is clearly not a contestant of the
I
year
get
award
bonus
being
points
given
because I have
to
a
Knock.
dog in the background.
All right,
Yeah,
fair enough.
exactly.
He
No,
can
you
win
already won,
today,
Knock.
then.
You don't need any specific one, but just to answer your question more directly, Blake, it is per show. So Knock wins for today. But
Okay.
yeah, persistently contestant of the specific year. Anything past Q3,
Okay, check
No,
that.
go.
I need to
You
know
have
the
to
points
sustain.
here, dude.
all through 2026. Dub, you
All right,
did.
fair enough.
You got a lot more points. You got a lot more points this
Exactly.
time around, Dub. Yeah.
Did
so
I start
you,
at -10 again too?
No, you started at -1. But
I can't
you're
see
still-
the scores. What are the scores?
The
Is it close?
scores. The scores.
All right.
Oh wait, Filch also does get a bonus for winning
Oh
as
wait,
well, too.
Dub is in last.
what?
I will say, yeah. But Dub, you did get a
All's
bonus.
right
So you're
in the world.
33. Filch got 35. All right.
That's crazy.
All right.
In terms
All right.
of that here, Knock, please finish us out, buddy. What'd you have for your FaceTime? Go ahead, buddy.
Oh man, listen, I'll say this. I'm gonna go to bat again for Arc Raiders. If you haven't played it, I'm gonna need you to play the game. It really is incredible. The storyline is incredible. Now is a great time to get involved because it feels like the story is ramping up. I'm not gonna shill anything that I'm doing myself. I'm gonna shill a game. Everybody should play today because you're gonna be playing that game in a decade from now. We're gonna look back and realize this was one of the best games of the generation. If you haven't played Arc Raiders, buy it, play it, enjoy it. And if you're one of those people who are complaining about PvP, get better. It's a shooter. Kill
It's a
other players before they
Get
get
good.
you.
Got him.
Well
Skill issue. Also, one last question before everyone leaves. Are you going on that expedition or not? Blake, are you going?
Yeah, I'm going on any expedition that Knox got. That's what I. That's
Well,
what
I
I'm
meant
going
as in the expedition. So this is very confusing. Let me rephrase it for the clips later. But for in terms of the Arc Raiders, are you going on the
Yes.
expedition for
Yeah.
Arc Raiders?
Yes,
On
I've
that,
already-
We'll go with you, Blake. Blake, are you going on the expedition?
Yes, and I'm almost up to my 5 million. I got to get off after this later tonight and grind out that last little bit to make sure I'm ready for the next season, baby.
All right, Knock, are you going on the expedition?
I'm 1.8 mil short. We got what, 3 days left?
We're
Is it
almost the
3
same.
days left. It's,
Yeah.
it's gonna be tight. I'm gonna try my best, but yes, we're gonna go on the expedition. Come on.
Dub, are you going?
I'm so far gone, dude. I don't even know. I did not make it fair journey without me, lads.
Dub's like, I got 160K and 4 stitchers in the stash.
Yeah.
why you got to call it like that? But yeah, that's
Phil,
pretty
you
much
going
it.
on the expedition or no?
Yeah, I'm going. I got like 2.5 mil for that credits, and now that they're combining that with the stash too. I think I'll be able to make it after I get like another like milli or so. So I'm definitely going.
Nice. Millie,
Yeah.
it is. Well, thank you guys for being on episode 2. I know it's during the holiday season, so everyone gets busy with family and everything like that, but making some time with me and the boys is always a good time. So love you guys.